These simple cozy coloring books are generating thousands of dollars on Amazon. This one right here has generated over $3,600 on Amazon. Of course, if you're calculating the price per book plus the number of reviews this has gotten. This one over here has already generated about $7,000 in revenue from selling just one coloring book on Amazon. This right here has generated over $1,000, and this right here has generated over $98,000 in revenue. And the crazy part is that most of them aren't complicated at all. In fact, most of them are just simple, cozy scenes. Things like in a train, in the bedroom, by the fireplace, having a haircut, peaceful little moments. And if you scroll on Amazon, you're going to see a lot more like these books out there, which is an indication that these are also the kind of coloring book that a lot of people are buying right now. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create one from scratch using Claude AI, even if you cannot draw a single stick figure. And by the end, you will have a complete step-by-step workflow to create and publish your own cozy coloring book for KDP. Now, first things first, we need to understand what actually makes this book sell in the first place. Because when I first looked at this, I thought it was random, but it's not. There's actually a very simple formula behind every successful cozy coloring book on Amazon. Look at this one, hot air balloon. This one is more like in a kitchen. This is a simple cozy kitchen scene. This one here is bedroom and reading corner. And they all follow the same idea. Calm, familiar, everyday environments that people emotionally connect with. And the reason this matters is because once you understand this, you don't need to be an artist anymore. You just need a system. And we will start with the concept generation first. Now, I downloaded 5 different sample pages from 5 different cozy coloring books, and I attached it to Claude. And I'm simply saying, you're my coloring book creation expert. Attached are 5 different cozy coloring pages from 5 different coloring books that are selling well on Amazon. And I want you to study these coloring images and understand why they are selling. Study their features, study their drawing style, study their patterns, the theme. What's the unique similarity amongst these coloring pages that makes this coloring book stand out and make customers keep coming for more? Now, using that study, I want you to craft out a theme that I can use if I want to create my own cozy coloring book, which I want people to buy well. Craft out the coloring book title idea as well as the 12 unique coloring page scenes that the coloring book would have. And Claude AI has studied all the 5 images, and look at how Claude AI broke it down in terms of the unique similarities amongst those well-selling cozy coloring books. And now, Claude AI goes further to give me my own cozy coloring book blueprint. You see how we are breaking this down already without us having to draw a single thing. Now, we have one here, which is Bake It Cute. And we have all of this here, 12 coloring scenes. Now, do note that AI is an assistant and you can always tweak things around depending on whatever idea or whatever direction you would like AI to play around with. So now, I'm telling Claude that first I would like the title to start with cozy, just like the examples that we saw in the beginning. Also, the theme should not be restricted to one particular thing. So it gave us Bake It Cute, and everything was literally just about baking and all that. However, when you look at the coloring books that are really doing well on Amazon, you can see that it's more like a blend of multiple activities, not just streamlined to one particular niched scene. And I'm saying so that it can be really appealing on a broader level. So it should not be just about baking, which is what I've noticed about a lot of coloring books. So I gave an instance, so I gave examples of the ones that, are doing well on Amazon. So it shouldn't be overly streamlined to just one particular activity niche. And I'm asking it to generate again something unique. And this time, Claude gives something even much more better. And now it's saying cozy day with friends, and you can see cozy little moments, cozy all year round, cozy days and cozy nights, cozy places, cozy friends, etc. Now, a lot of these titles already kind of seem very familiar with what a lot of books already named their book on Amazon. So I know there's Cozy Friends with Coco Wayo. I think there's Cozy Little Moments. I'm not so sure, but it seems something similar. So what I'm going to go with is Cozy Delight. And now, again, Claude has given every of the scene for the 12 pages that we're going to be using for the purpose of this particular video. So we have all this here: Sleepy Beach Day, Board Game Rainy Day, and all that. Beautiful. Now I'm telling Claude AI, now based on the structure, the pattern, and all the things that you studied from the coloring pages that I attached earlier, I want you to give me detailed prompts to create each of the coloring pages for my coloring book using the same structural pattern and everything that made those coloring pages do well, so that my coloring pages can have the exact same standard and be at the same par with those ones as well. Also, give me a detailed prompt that I can use in generating a unique cover page with bold, bright pastel colors. And after studying everything, Claude gave us this beautiful document, which I'm going to download. And when you open the document, you can see everything really detailed. So each page has a very detailed prompt, and this is what I'm going to be using in creating the coloring pages. So Claude AI has literally done 75% of the work for us. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to this unique AI tool. This is an AI tool I've literally been testing for a while, and so far I think this AI tool does a really good job in terms of handling complexity in prompts, in terms of lesser distortion level, and in terms of better outputs. And I must say, when you actually sign up, I left the link in the description, by the way. When you sign up, I think you get about 4 credits to try the tool, but after which, in order for you to get like a full hang of the tool, you need to be subscribed to the pricing plan. And there is currently a 30% off on the yearly plan, so you get to save more. Now, in this particular tool, I'm going to head over to text to coloring page, which is exactly where we're going to be putting in our prompt. I'm just going to move into this area here where we have the prompt. And all I'm going to do is copy the prompt that Claude has given. Now, one really good thing that I typically do and advise people to always do is read the prompt. Like I said, Claude AI is an AI tool, and sometimes when you read the prompt, you tend to see some particular things that could prompt the image in a certain way that you may not prefer. So it's always best to read and know if you need to adjust or not. For example, when I'm doing my prompting, I do not like the word kawaii because it kind of makes the image look it doesn't give it what I want. So I like to take out kawaii. I'm also going to take out this here. I'm adding complete outlines, hand-drawn, slightly wobbly lines, but to just make it much better, I could go back to Claude. So I'm saying I want the lines to feel hand-drawn, like in the coloring pages I attached. Give me an additional prompt that helps AI understand and create the image in such way. And I'm going to click enter. So we have this here. I'm going to copy it. I'll ignore this overall feel, blah blah blah. I'm going to copy it from here upwards. Just going to add it here. I'll take out this ones here, and I'm going to leave it just below here. Line art style must feel hand-drawn and organic, not digital vector or mechanical lines. So I'm going to take this out here. I don't need it. Now, here is where we pick the difficulty level. Now, this AI tool allows you to actually change or play around the level of complexity you want. So if you want a book like that is super basic in the drawings, you want to opt for toddler or children. If you want it to have a bit more stops going on in the background, then you want to go for teenagers or adults. Now, I'm going to be going with teenagers, and that's because if you look at a lot of the books, you can see there's a lot of stuff in the background here. It's not just super duper basic. So I'm going to stick with teenagers. Dimension, I'll keep it as square. I'm going to generate just one badge. I will keep all of this on, and I'm going to ask this AI tool to generate now. So this is what the AI generated, and this was like after a bit of trial. If you recall, I did tell you that you should always go through the prompt. It kept on giving me a colored image, so I had to tweak a lot of things and take out some things from the prompt, and we have this here, which is really good. The next thing I'm going to do is head back into the same document and copy the next page. This is for the page 2. Oh, I skipped page 1, so I'm going to head into page 1 and do that. So I'm going to copy that here, and I'm going to paste it here because it's not enough for AI to create just one image. It needs to be consistent such that all of the images can sit in the same coloring book. So I've read through it, cut off the fluff, remove any unnecessary thing or unwanted text in the prompt. I'm leaving other thing the same, and I'm going to hit generate. So we have this here. This is looking so good, and you can see the similarity in terms of the level of thickness and even the background in the image. Of course, I'm not going to make you watch me create every single page. So I'm going to follow this same process and generate all the 12 coloring pages. So I've gone ahead to finish generating all of the coloring images, and I've also gone ahead to download them. The next thing is to start adding them into Canva so that we can create the interior pages of the coloring book. For that, I'm going to head into Canva. I'll click on this plus icon here. I'll click on custom size. Now, to get the actual units in inches, I'm going to go over to Amazon KDP Help Topics. I'll go to format your paperback. I would go to set trim size, bleed and margin. Now, if you recall, the ratio or the dimension we were using to create the coloring images was 1:1, meaning that the length and the breadth, or the width and the height of our coloring images are meant to be the same. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be going with 8.5 by 8.5 as per the trim size. However, before we go ahead to create the page, we need to allocate for bleed. And for that, I'm going to go over here because I would like to use bleed for the purpose of this video. So this is basically how bleed feels. Now for the bleed, I'm going to click over here, and for 8.5 by 8.5, this is the bleed dimension. So I'm basically going to copy this as well as the height, head back into Canva, and I'm simply just going to add that here. Once I've done that, I'm going to go create a new design. Once a new design is created, the next thing I'm going to do is fix up my margins. For that, again, I would still head over into KDP Help Topics, move over to margins, and for the page count, because I'm going with 24 pages, my margins will be 0.375 for the inside margin and 0.375 for the outside margin because I am making use of bleed. And this is what I'm going to do. Since I already have my rulers here, if you don't have your rulers here, you can simply head over to Files, to Settings, and just click Show Rulers and Guide. So I would zoom it in. The easiest way I do this is simply head over to Shape and bring a square. I'll head over into Position, and I will simply just change the width to 0.375. I will change the height as well to 0.375. And once I do that, it's going to give me like a square shape here, which I can just drag these rulers all the way to the edges to create the perfect margin. I would copy it and paste it over here, bring it to this other edge here, like so. I would drag the top here and drag the side here to meet it. Once I'm done, I'm going to delete all these boxes, and then I would duplicate the pages. I would make sure I do it up till 24 pages, which is the number of pages that I need. Once I have done that, I'll head into the first page, and this is where I'm going to start adding my coloring images. Of course, you already should have uploaded your images into Canva, of which I'm going to start adding them one by one. Can you see how cute these coloring images are? And I was able to achieve that with this AI tool. Now, I've attached the link in the description. Now, in Canva, I'm just going to go ahead and start filling them up into the pages. You want to make sure that none of the images exceed the bleed line, because if it does, you're going to have issues when you are publishing it to Amazon. Amazon is going to flag it. So you want to make sure you're careful of that. And after each page, I'm going to be adding a blank page because this is necessary to avoid bleed through. So I'm leaving a blank page, heading over to the next one, and I'm going to add. So this is basically how I'm going to be doing it for each and every page. Of course, I'm not going to make you watch me do everything one by one because it's literally the same process. So I'm done adding all of the coloring images here, like so. And the next thing is to create the cover page. For this, we need to get the KDP dimension for the cover page. To achieve this, you want to go over to KDP Cover Calculator, where you're going to impute all of your book information from the binding type all the way to the page count. And after which, KDP will give you the exact width and height that you're supposed to use for your book. Now, this is so important because if you do not do this, you're going to be uploading books that KDP is going to have issues with publishing. So I have the width and the height here, which I have used in creating a new custom size page. I also added the template, which I got here. I just simply downloaded the template and I added the PNG version. The whole essence of me adding this template is just for me to see how to centralize things, see how to know where should go where, and how things should appear neatly. So now I've set all this up. The next thing is to create the cover. Now in the prompt pack, this prompt page that Claude AI gave, the first thing it did was it gave us a coloring book cover prompt. And this is what I'm going to copy. Now for the coloring book cover, I'm going to head back into this AI tool, and the first thing I will do is I'm going to impute the prompt, adjust it so it can give me the black and white version, after which I would colorize it. So I've put in the prompt here and I'm going to edit it. I'm leaving the difficulty level as it is, the dimension same, and I'm going to generate. Now you can see that it gave us different kinds because I generated about 3 and all of the images are looking good. However, I'm going to go with this particular one. I will go ahead, download it, and I would head into another feature of this particular tool, which is the colorized drawing. I would upload the image here like so. I would leave the style at flat coloring. There are actually a whole lot other styles that you can choose from. This is just going to show you how the output is going to look like. Now I'm going to describe the detail based on the color I want them to have. So I'm just going to copy the parts of the color palette and I'll go and paste it here. And I'll click create. I'm leaving every other thing intact. Let me generate 2 batches just so I can have multiple to pick from. I will turn on all this and I'm going to hit generate. So this is what this AI tool gave us. This is looking really beautiful. And what I'm going to do is I'll head back into Canva. I've added it here like so. And I'm just going to extend it. And what I can do is I am going to use a background remover. The reason I'm doing this is so that the white background removes and so I can add a color. So I'm heading into elements. I'm going to add a shape and I'm just going to pick a square shape here. I'll bring it over here and I'm going to drag to fill the entire page. Now I will move that square to the back and change the color all the way to, let's say, blue. Okay, this blue is okay. Now I'm going to reduce the transparency just so I can still see the template behind. Now once I do that, next thing is I'll need to do for the back page, and I'm going to go to edit and I will go over to tools here and I'm going to go over to magic expand. Now I'm going to expand this page over here. Let's see what it gives us, but the idea is so that there's some continuity in terms of the styling of the background. This is looking beautiful. We can check others and I think this is the one that looks better, and I'm going to hit done. I'll reduce the transparency here as well. Then I'm going to add text here, and for our text the title is Cozy Delights. I would edit it to be color white and the effects would be an outline effect. It could be somewhat brownish, not necessarily black though, something like this. And I could as well adjust the fonts. So what I do is I could just search fun because it's like a kid's coloring book and look for something I could actually use. This looks good, so I'm just going to reduce it like this, bring it here. I would make sure that the effects, I add a little bit of thickness to it, add a little bit of letter spacing, and this looks okay. Again, I'm going to go add another text. Now this would serve as the subtitle where I'm going to add the cute and comfy coloring book. I will extend it here. Again, I'm going to change the font. For this, I'm using Lilita 1. I'm just going to extend it here like so. Once I have that set, to get the back page is typically easy. I just need to add a few of the coloring pages. I'm just going to click on edit and use the drop shadow for all of them just to give it some good vibe. I can copy this and add the author name. Once all that is said and done, I'll head into position, go to layers and I'm just going to take this out. I would increase this back to the full transparency and this as well to the full transparency. And do you see how beautiful this looks? Now you have seen exactly how to build a cozy coloring book from scratch using Claude AI without having to know how to design any single thing at all. Now, what if I told you there's actually an even faster way to generate pages that are proven to sell? I'm going to show you how I used Claude AI as well to copy a KDP coloring book bestseller in just minutes, just to show you how powerful AI can be when you know how to use it. Now, if you want to see that exact process, I'll link it right here on your screen.